Kier Starmer isn't really a man of the people, is he? I mean, he just feels so out of touch, and even has other politicians branding him as tone deaf. In his latest speech, he turns up to Northern Ireland and insults everyone in the country as he branded them racist. This man is so out of touch, and listening to him could send you to sleep. Let's check out Starmer's mental collapse and why he insulted everyone in Northern Ireland. But before we get into it, please hit the like and subscribe button and join our fast-growing community. So yesterday, Starmer delivered a speech to the people of Northern Ireland, where he met the police service of Northern Ireland Chief Constable John Butcher, injured police officers, and people from minority communities. There have been dozens of arrests and people charged in Northern Ireland in connection with the disturbances. The Prime Minister said the disorder was incapable of justification, it's clearly racist, and does not represent the modern, forward-looking Northern Ireland that I know this place is. Here's the clip.
Was to say to them, thank you for what they have done. We make big asks of them, they step up, and they deserve our thanks. I've also had the chance to speak to the PSNI senior leadership about the challenges that they face and the support that they need. And then third, and very importantly, to speak to some of the communities most impacted about the fear that they have, the anxiety that they have about the recent disorder. The disorder is intolerable. It is incapable of justification. It's clearly racist, and it does not represent the modern, forward-looking Northern Ireland that I know that this place is. So I'm very pleased to achieve all those three things today and to work with all communities, to work with the PSNI and others to ensure that we handle this situation, not just the immediate disorder, but also the longer-term work that's necessary to ensure that we have that one Northern Ireland.
So, wanting to stop illegal immigration now makes you racist? It is not racist to be against your country being flooded with illegal immigrants. It's sensible. The people have the right to feel safe in their own country and communities. They have every right to defend their national identity and values too. Like, how the heck can this guy say what every individual was rioting for? He has had a mental collapse and branded everyone a racist and will likely lose the support of Northern Ireland. What an idiot. Time is ticking, Starmer. In other news, an imam from an extremist-led London mosque has blamed Zionists for the violent immigration riots that shook the UK. Ashraf Dabbous of the Lewisham Islamic Centre said that rioters were being manipulated and misguided so that supporters of the State of Israel could vilify Muslims. Press TV, Iran's state-funded channel, made similar assertions where they forged supposed links between the rioters and the Zionist entity. Dabbous, who has been deputy imam at the mosque since 2017, made the remarks during a sermon last week that was then posted on the centre's YouTube channel. He said that riots, which broke out after the murder of 3 young girls in Southport at the beginning of the month, were fueled by misinformation spread by supporters of Israel. The imam conceded that the rioters were prejudiced, but said they had been misled by individuals who do not have their best interests at heart. He went on, "It's quite well known now publicly, due to information that has been released online, that their manipulators are Zionists and they are supporters of the State of Israel. With ground that has been lost over the past few months, something had to take place that would try to win some ground back for the Zionist agenda. What a better way than to paint the Muslims being savages and killers and barbaric, which in reality is a projection of the Zionist state itself." The mosque made headlines in 2016 when a High Court judge found its head imam, Shakil Beg, to be endorsing extremist positions and encouraged religious violence. They added that he could plant the seed of Islamic extremism in a young mind. However, Beg has remained head imam of the Lewisham Islamic Centre, which has regularly hosted schoolchildren from the local borough. The mosque has received hundreds of thousands of pounds in government grants for its school, which closed in 2019. It also retains links with the local council, reports The Times. The BBC had previously described Beg as an extremist who sued the broadcaster for libel. Lord Justice Haddon Cave, who oversaw the libel action, found in favour of the broadcaster in 2016. He concluded Beg had been telling Muslims that violence in support of Islam would constitute a man's greatest deed. Begg has continued to engage with the community despite the High Court finding against him. According to LIC's Facebook page, it hosted children from local schools, including primary-age pupils, on at least 6 occasions in 2022 and 2023. Police have also continued to engage with Begg, with Lewisham Police giving testimony to assist his libel case against the BBC. They highlighted his principled stance against Prevent, the counter-extremism programme. A Met Police spokesperson told the publication, "Begg does not hold an advisory role with the Met. He attended a faith breakfast alongside representatives from other religious backgrounds. These events are part of our critical engagement work to understand the effect of policing on all of our communities." The main focus of this particular event was a discussion around the Stop and Search Charter. An attendee's presence at an event does not amount to our support for their views. We do not condone any views which encourage division. King Charles is set to travel to Southport today to offer his support to those affected by the July 29th stabbings, which saw the death of 3 children and 10 others injured. His Majesty will travel to the town to thank emergency workers and the local community. 6-year-old Bieber King, 7-year-old Elsie Stancombe, and 9-year-old Alice da Silva Aguiar died as a result of their injuries. Charles is also expected to speak to those affected by the riots which followed the horrific incident last month. The royal will meet members of the Southport community outside the town hall. The meeting will be followed by a private gathering with some of those directly affected by the killings. A number of the surviving children who were present at the Heartspace Community Centre and their families have been invited to the event. His Majesty will then meet representatives from Merseyside's emergency services and local community groups. At the time of the attack, the monarch issued a statement. Charles has condemned the Southport stabbings and said, "My wife and I have been profoundly shocked to hear of the utterly horrific incident in Southport today. We send our most heartfelt condolences, prayers and deepest sympathies to the families and loved ones of those who have so tragically lost their lives, and to all those affected by this appalling attack." The group of children were taking part in a sold-out Taylor Swift-themed class at a dance centre in the town when a knifeman carried out an offensive. Axel Rudakubana has been charged with murder, attempted murder and possession of a knife following the mass stabbing. The teenager, from a nearby village in Lancashire, but was born in Cardiff, Wales, has been remanded in youth custody. In the 10 days after the incident, riots erupted across the UK and resulted in 422 people in England and Wales being charged in connection with the violent disorder. Charles, at his request, was asked to be briefed on a daily basis about the evolving national situation. What are your thoughts on Starmer's Northern Ireland speech? Let me know in the comments, and please hit the like and subscribe button and join our fast-growing community. Take care. Goodbye.